Here, it is Friday. It is developmental series. We are
Oh,
here for the championship for these guys. We're going to jump right into the race, and I'll get you guys some more information in just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to jump into this race real quick because we got I think we got, what, a 30 car field, 27 car field today?
Yeah, something like that.
We have definitely got a really huge field going off here. As you can look at them names, as I'm going to skip right past that and jump into the race.
yeah, we did have 32 signed up, but I believe 28, I want to say, or 26. I can confirm after.
Well, that's still an amazing showing for a field, as we know that our developmental series is always a draw with the crowds and the fans and the drivers. They love coming out here and giving it a shot, running hard. You know, some of the best racing you're going to get. You're not going to get this type of racing in a lobby, that's for sure, or public lobby. So I know these guys are excited. It's Charlotte. It's fast. It's furious. Let's see how these guys handle it tonight. As we're going to jump on
27
board. Elite Precision is our early leader as he started on the pole with Dark Humor. Oh no, that's Salt Life. A buddy of mine, Salt Life, with a great qualifying performance there, getting P2. Dark Humor's behind him in the white and blue car this week. A little bit different paint scheme for Dark Humor. Throws us off a little bit, changes up the number, but all in all, same driver, same effect. Oh, as we got a couple cars up there tapping up into the wall. 3 and 4, can they hold it together? Whoever that was held it up against a wall amazingly. I want to see it. Ghost Rider, even though there was an accident back there, I have to say, well off to him, man. He got up into the wall, and instead of pulling to the left and trying to come off the wall and get back into the race, he did the smart thing. He held his car up against the wall, just let it stay there and let the cars cleanly go underneath him. So big shout out to him for that, as we're going to work our way back up through the field, trying to get back towards the front of these guys. Oh, by the way, we have a surprise guest here with his first broadcasting appearance for us here, and I think this is your first overall, ain't it, Robbie?
First ever, I think.
This is first ever for Giggity, and glad you to have me aboard for this development race. And I got my eyes on Fast Scott back here, and run with him a bit, and some good racing going on here at Charlotte.
Oh, there's definitely some good racing going on. As you bring up Fast Scott, he's a good buddy of mine. I do a lot of laps with him, as he was my pick to win last week. Came up a little bit short due to strategies and stuff like that, but I'll tell you what, anytime he's on the track, he is a threat. Don't worry about where he starts at, it's where the man finishes at, because that guy is consistent. As we also got Paul Bear up here in the booth with us tonight, and we've got Maul Bear being our in-race reporter, as she's been doing so much with setting up these lobbies, and I mean the size of the field that she had to deal with tonight, getting everybody together, waiting on drivers to get home from work and stuff like that. It was really well put together, and we just want to give her a big shout out, tell her we love her, thank you for all the stuff you do for us. As this battling, as they get a little tight, they touch each other just a little bit, but they managed to hold on.
There's actually some really good racing here tonight. And last week at the Dega, these guys done an awesome job.
Oh, they did an
And thank you
amazing
for
job.
those kind words.
Oh,
I
you're welcome,
appreciate it. I
Bear.
enjoy doing it. I get to know all these guys in practice, and it's almost like a little family, so I enjoy it, and I'm glad that you think I'm doing a good job. Thanks.
Well, I appreciate you so much, sweetheart. You do a lot of things that a lot of guys around here can't do. Like, you yell at us and keep us boys in line. As we're going to check on this battle right here for second, or is that's the battle for third. Sorry, they're
Like
all stacked up
Serenity
right
made
here.
me Serenity made me a game tag. It says Ma Bear, and then it said "Suck it up, Buttercup."
Yes, ma'am. She's told us that a couple of times. I know I got yelled at for it.
Oh, come on. I'm not.
I know I've heard Paul Bear probably get smacked a couple times over there, just mouthing off. But great. You guys are fun to be around. You guys are awesome to be with. And part of sorry about that. Don't mean to cut you guys off. We got a couple cars get together back there. The 75 Duncate, man, he's having a problem keeping off that wall.
How y'all doing?
Oh, not bad.
I'm hanging out in the back here, and there's a lot of loose cars. I'm currently passing 25th, going for 24th. I'm just kind of rolling around, trying to save my tires and see what happens for me here. Again, I'm just here as an IRR, so I'm just enjoying the track. But so far, I'm actually impressed that we haven't had, big wrecks with the amount of cars we have on the track tonight.
Well, and that just goes to the amount of talent that we've begun to have in this developmental series. Is I'm on board right now with a good buddy of mine. I personally brought him into the league. I've done a lot of racing with him. Mini truck right here. Jumped on board with him for a minute. Give him some airtime. One of our new guys. We flipped through. Go back to the Dirt Dog. I love to see the expansion of the series. We're really getting some really good, talented drivers out here. I mean, the development series has always been good, but when you bring this level of competition to a series like this, it's just going to excel, and I think that's exactly what's happened to the developmental series in the second half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. They've had a lot of great racing.
Yeah, these guys are doing well.
I'm jumping back up here with Salt Life in this lead pack, man. They're battling for 3rd and 4th right now.
That is a gaggle of cars right there.
Oh, that definitely is.
So we're now at 11 of 22 in stage 1.
Thank you, Mom.
Hey, Ma Bear, is the 08 in the lead?
08, I believe, is in the lead, yes.
Okay, Elite Precision.
Precision is definitely out there. This guy has come out here every week, putting in amazing, amazing performances.
This guy is in a league of his own here.
Well, if you're going to put Elite in your name, you're going to have to earn it. And then he's definitely come out here and earned it.
I'm on his car looking back, and he's about 3/4 of the way through the straightaway, and they're just coming around the turn. So he is definitely out there.
As I'm riding on board behind Salt Life right now, oh, the 51!
Ooh, contact into the wall.
Oh, the 51 gets into him, spins him around. That's rowdy. That is a tough break right there.
Tires are starting to get slick.
Fast got into the pits.
Fast Scott, he's down there. We got about 2 or 3 guys that are pitting. WRX Mike, been talking to him a lot lately, getting to know him. He's a pretty fun guy to be around. Flip through with Flick Tardo, Jason Robinson. These guys out here.
WRX Mike is on the pits.
Yes, sir.
Grim Reaper into the pits.
That is actually, Mike is actually Elite's brother.
Oh, that's okay. There you go. Fun fact for y'all that I did not know, and I've talked to both of them.
Really?
Yeah, I talked to both of them. I never knew. As we're gonna go ahead.
Your teammate Dirt Dog into the pits.
Yes, the Dirt Dog who will be racing for
Dirty
Shin
Dog.
2.0. I'm gonna jump on board here with Dark Humor, who should still be running second place. As we're gonna sit here and see how these positions are shaking up after this round of green flag pit stops. I love green flag pit stops. I know a lot of people don't. I love the effect of getting down on the pit lane, slowing down, being cautious, being in control, but also being fast. And that outlap.
Kobe into the wall, trying to enter pit lanes, number 11.
Uh-oh. Man, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. The added level of difficulty to a race when you add a green flag pit stop to it just changes it.
And Kobe is just entering the pits now, actually.
Well, as you know, here you can get spun around a couple times just trying to get in the pit lane. I mean, you guys know how difficult it is, especially going from these speeds to such a slow speed of, I believe it's 45 here. That's a big drop off, you guys.
It's a very abrupt transition too, from the banking down to the flat. So it can be quite a handful getting it low down.
I think this is my favorite track as far as difficulty in the game.
I would almost argue that coming back onto the track is even harder than entering here at Atlanta. Watching out for the lip of the track when you're coming back on the entrance.
Well, good thing we're not in Atlanta.
You're shifting. Oh, sorry. West Charlotte. Yep. My apologies, guys.
Oh, you're good. I just had to get it to you, man, fast, dude. I didn't want you to keep talking about Atlanta.
I'm having flashbacks. Sorry, my apologies.
Oh man, we gotta stay away from them flashbacks now. Okay, my flashbacks are still a little bit sore.
Art, you were talking about you think that the track is probably one of the most difficult to race on. Is that
Yes,
what you're
sir.
saying, Charlie?
Yes, sir. Overall, in general, if you add all the elements.
I think Darlington is. I think Darlington's a lot worse.
Oh, that's definitely the hardest
agree.
track in the game. I'm not gonna disagree with you there. This just ranks up there, and probably like the top 3 with me is Dover, Darlington, Charlotte, maybe Texas in there. You know, the tracks that you can lose it at any second coming off that corner, and this is one of them.
I'd have to agree, Darlington being one of the tougher tracks, and definitely when the Xfinity Customs went there, I just wanted to get that race over with and on to the next week.
Oh, you can't never want to get it over with, man. You got to enjoy that race, embrace it, have some fun with it.
That is one track that I am no good at, is Darlington and Martinsville.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. The master of disaster at that track, the guy that seems to lead every lap but the last one, man, he's had some heartbreaks at that track. As we know, Noko really loves that track, and he's really good at putting down laps there and just being smooth and consistent like not many drivers can.
Darlington's just one of those tracks, man. It's a high wear, single group track. You just have to have it spot on. You have to hit your marks every corner. If you don't hit your marks every corner, I mean it can take you 5-6 more laps to be able to get back into a rhythm. It's just one of those tracks. Dover is a lot like it. Auto Club's the same way. You know, those high wear tracks, it's just a rhythm based track. You know, it's just rhythm based, just like Atlanta. Other tracks, you know, you can kind of mess up. You know, maybe you go a little wide. Vegas is one of those tracks. You can kind of run 2 different grooves. But a track like Darlington or even at Atlanta, it's pretty much a single groove track for most of the run. I mean, sometimes you get that outside lane working, but for the most part, single groove track. But you know, onto the action. I'm seeing a lot of great driving out here tonight. Lots of patience. I've seen a lot of guys getting down pit road really cleanly. That's really good to see. It's been great. This developmental series is
Rowdy
really
into
awesome.
the wall as Rowdy and Renegade are going at it in that 98 car.
I'm thinking that you saw the same thing I saw, and that wasn't Rowdy. That was Dirt Dog.
That was Dirt Dog? Okay.
That was the Dirt Dog.
Sorry, my apologies. Dirt Dog, the Dirt Dog.
Hey, Malbear, can I do a check-in with you, sweetheart? Can I get the leader in the lap?
Leader is still the number 8.
All right.
And end of the stage.
There you go. As Elite Precision brings home another stage win. This guy, I don't know what to do with him. He is almost unstoppable here in this developmental series, you guys.
He is definitely good, that's for sure.
Yes, sir.
It seems like the only person that can beat Elite Precision is Elite Precision.
Mm-hmm.
True enough. And every once in a while his brother sneaks one in.
Well, we can't forget about your new driver right there, Noko. He is one of the only drivers that's been able to sneak up there and beat this guy. He did manage to take over that Bristol race and hold on for the win.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to have Mike, WRX Mike. You know, it's going to be really interesting to see him in the Truck Series next season. I'm really excited to be able to pick him up and see what he can do for the team. And everybody else is really pumped about Season 5, so it's going to be really fun.
Wrong driver, sir.
You do have a good driver on your hands with WRX Mike.
Yeah, he's a really good dude, too. That's awesome when you can have someone that's talented but also willing to be a great team player. That's something you really look for in a driver.
As Elite Precision is going to restart on the outside of this restart, I was actually talking about your Sanity driver that you just picked up. He's the one that actually stole Bristol away from Elite.
Yeah, awesome job. You know, Sanity's been putting in the work. He's one of those guys that, you know, he just needs a little bit of coaching, a little bit of help, and you know, as long as he sticks to it and listens and stays vigilant, I think he can be really good. I really do. I think he can be one of the top contenders Truck Series this next season. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Oh, we got a couple cars that are...
Yep. Titans into the wall. He saves it though as he regroups. Oh.
Yeah, we have.
How we say this?
Oh, on the stretch. Big crash there.
There's definitely.
But they all got her straightened out.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a big one, but that's good recovery in all of them.
I thought it was really cool, Sanity. He sent me a photo of his car he's running tonight. I guess he has that paint scheme put together in honor of his captain, me. So I thought that was really cool. I appreciate that. And, you know, I look forward to seeing the success of all the rookies and for all the teams. You know, I look forward to seeing how Season 5 is going to play out. And I can't wait for NASCAR Heat 5 as well, as many of you are. So it's going to be fun.
It's definitely going to be a blast. I'm wondering how the transition is going to be. Hopefully it's not too much because I want to see a lot of these drivers stay just as competitive as they are, especially series like this.
That is a gaggle of
Wow.
cars. I mean, that is a ton of cars.
Oh, and
the
the 5 is a
round.
loser in that situation.
Oh, they're
there.
going 4 wide.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely is. Wow.
And the 5 is Ricardo.
Oh.
The 18 into the 20.
Yeah, I was on board with Sandy when that just happened.
Not sure what that was all about there.
Yeah, that definitely didn't look good. It looked like a repeat of last night.
I see Blakey T in the chat there, NRG, Serenity, Cake Tatty, our CEO, Ryan. Good seeing you guys. Blakey T with the he flipping ka-chow. You ain't kidding, buddy.
He
You
went
ain't
to
kidding
the
there.
hospital, I think.
That's real news right there.
Yeah, we got 12 viewers.
As I'm jumping on board with Fast Scott here, as he was called out earlier by Robbie Bobby, as he started back in beyond mid-pack, and he's worked his way up in about 6th or 7th right now. He's catching up to his lead group of drivers with that 23 that is normally driven by UK.
Yeah, I think he actually was forced down pit road earlier in stage 1, but he's managed to work his way back up so far. So it's kind of an uphill battle for Fast Scott, but I'm sure he's going to be up in the top 5 before this race is over.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's put himself on a good pace to get there. As this is still probably got about 10 to 15 laps left in this second stage.
It's been great racing.
We are at 6 of 19. 7.
12 laps left in the stage. Sounds good.
I can't wait for some more green flag pit stops, guys.
I love them. I love watching them, especially the way that this series right here took Talladega. I've talked about it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times in the air. They did such an amazing job getting onto pit road as a group, as a whole, without having communications between all the drivers. We saw at one point 18 to 20 drivers all come onto that pit lane at one time, and it was just magical to watch as a fan.
Who's the leader right now?
Dark
Is that
Humor.
the 54? Yeah. 54. So it looks like Elite Precision kind of got bottled up there in traffic, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's just going to stay patient there and, maybe not force the issue, maybe cause an accident, might take him out of contention. And
I did just see somebody going down on pit road.
Definitely got somebody sneaking on the pit road real quick.
That would be Dirt Dog, the Dirt Dog.
There you go. I don't even have to flip back to it. I'll go back out here to the leader real quick. We'll sit here and watch when this leader brings himself down.
And Kobe's heading into pit road.
18. I keep on saying the 18 and the 54 this week. Dark Humor, 18, is out here putting on a really, really great showing. Dark Humor does a really great job in performing in this developmental series week in, week out. If he's not winning, he's top 3, top 5 every time. So if you want to beat somebody or somebody run up there with Elite, that's one of the guys you should bet on.
yeah, absolutely, he's been up. He's been in contention in several of these races I've seen personally. So he's definitely one to watch. Really talented, really consistent. A lot of these guys are though. This is a really good class of drivers here.
Yeah, we got a lot of good guys in here this season.
Yeah, absolutely, and you hit the nail on the head for sure.
Now with this season ending, are you still, as a captain, are you still looking for drivers for next season?
There's always possibilities. As we start the season out, if we need to make changes to our rosters, there's always a possibility that we could definitely release drivers that we have signed and sign others from developmental, and that's based on a captain.
There's a spin in front of the lead.
Based on a captain on captain's
I'm coming
discretion.
out of pit road.
Jason Robinson down in the grass, flipping 21 car, and Cody.
So yes, to answer your question, yes, there's definitely changes that can be made to different teams' rosters. We do have a trade deadline that is set. I believe it's going to be set right before the All-Star week, or right after the All-Star week, like we had the last few seasons. But that has not been released yet, as far as when the trade deadline is going to be, where we can sign developmental drivers or trade amongst other captains and teams. But it's going to be interesting to see, the first few weeks of the season, once we do get everybody in place where we feel that they're, going to be best fit for their team respectively. It's going to be interesting to see if any changes need to be made to certain drivers or whatnot. But I'm hoping we got all of our loose ends tied up here. I hate to have to, release drivers and find other people a few weeks into the season, because it just ruins the points for a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of that, I mean, I know releasing is hard, but what was your hardest decision on your drivers that you had to keep this season? Because I know all the captains were allowed to keep 2. And
It's tough.
You had 2 great drivers that you kept, but you still had a whole nother plethora of great drivers in your camp.
It was really tough. I don't think I much agreed with only keeping 2 drivers this season. I see why they did it. I can see why, but it was hard. It was a really hard choice. It took me probably 3 weeks to decide on who I saw, that I wanted to keep. It was just tough. And as other drivers started performing better and better, as the season went on, it made it, the decisions even tougher and tougher. So, you just gotta go with your intuition. And just try to pick the guys that they're gonna not only take care of you, but they're gonna be able to hold their own weight and take care of themselves. Definitely. That way you can bring in a fresh crop of drivers that you can really focus on those guys, while you don't have to worry as much about your veterans.
Definitely wise words from one of the best captains that we have here in this series. Noco's team has been dominating last season. They've dominated this season too. You guys have already brought home 2 championships?
Yeah, 2 championships. We had a couple of shakeups mid-season. We had released one of our other Cup drivers. We did a mid-season trade there, and he ended up getting the Custom Cup title. But if it had not been for that, we would have actually had that title as well. So, but it's been an awesome.
Junior's on pit road. I believe he's the leader, is he not, Arch?
I'm watching
number 4, I believe, is the leader now.
That would be Grim Reaper. And I was actually on his camera for a little while because he made some really great saves.
I don't know if you heard me, 2 left.
Yes, ma'am. 2 to go.
And talking about the developmental series, the best advice I can give to any of these drivers, and if they go back and watch the broadcast over, is just be clean and smart. Captains aren't necessarily looking for the fastest guys. They're more or less looking for guys with good race etiquette, because speed comes later. Speed comes with consistency. That's what I've always said to my guys. The more consistent you can be, over a period of time during the race, the better results you're going to have.
Funny you mentioned that. I give these guys every week. I put a message in the chat board. They're not always looking for the fastest guys. They're looking for the cleanest. I said they watch everything from you getting on to pit road to you getting off pit road. If you spin, do you stay up high or do you go low and wait till you get up to speed? Everything.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that a lot of that was taken in consideration in the draft with a lot of the captains, if not all of them. I know me personally, for my team and our organization, I had been eyeballing the developmental series for the last probably 10 weeks. So we kind of got a head start on who we were grooming on who we wanted to pick up, and then as new drivers showed up, the board for us kind of changed a little bit. We didn't get a few of the guys that we wanted to. Oh, there's a little stack up there. Looks like it's the end of the stage,
Stage
guys.
is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
Now,
stage 2 has ended.
question for you guys: Do we have the rule in place where you cannot pit on the last lap?
We're
I
supposed
did
to.
tell them. I did tell them that.
Well, I'm sorry to call this out, but I was on board with Reaper when he actually sat on pit road as the
Yeah,
stage
I
ended.
was
and-
too.
yeah, okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't
Yeah,
just me.
That would actually
I-
be a 1-lap penalty.
Yeah,
All right.
I
just
did
wanted
tell
to-
them, and I actually said you're not allowed to pit. I said 2 laps to go.
Yeah, I think I actually think there was like 3 or 4 drivers, but that's the only one I can actually call name on as I was sitting there watching it.
Yeah, that's who I was on too.
Alright guys, we're going to rack them and stack them here for the last time. Stage 3 is about to go underway. We got Elite Precision on the
Stack 'em
outside
and
of this
race 'em.
restart. Rowdy Burns on the inside.
Rowdy.
Rowdy Racing.
I see the 18 is on pit road still, so he must have had some.
Yeah, Salt Life has a little
difficulties.
bit of internet issues sometimes, so I think he might have actually lagged out of the race, which is really bad because he was having a really good race.
Like he's getting challenged right now by that 00 on the inside.
Double
Yeah,
zero.
double-
00. That 00 drove it down into turn 3.
Yes, sir,
He's
he
gonna-
did.
You
They're
know, you
looking
get
good
you
and
can
clean
get,
right there.
you get positioned
Sorry.
well getting into the corner. When you come off the corner, you kind of give up a little speed. Let's see if he can hold it here on the outside. Try to draw even with that 00. Oh man, they're 2 and 3 wide back there behind him. If I'm Elite Precision right now, I'm holding my breath because I definitely do not want to get taken out right now.
No, this would be
That's
the
for
worst
sure.
time.
Oh, 51's trying to hang tough on the outside. The 2's gonna get that position. Here comes the 0, the 08 in the Panini car. That's a familiar car for us. We had that for a few seasons over here at our team.
As the
Unfortunate
brothers-
for Rowdy,
the
as
brothers
the
are
inside
battling
line
for the
had to
lead right
charge.
now. As the lead going to the inside of his brother, WRX Mike. These boys are racing coming off of
Guys are
4.
fighting, and you can run side by side here.
Oh, I love it here.
Earlier in practice, I was in practice with a few guys in a public lobby, and me and a few guys, we were running probably 3 or 4 laps side by side, pulling away from the pack. It's a lot of fun. You can get that outside rolling if you can get the entry point just right. Back it off on the throttle and just get in the gas a little earlier than you can on the bottom. You can actually stay even with them.
It's definitely
These guys
fun.
are doing a great job. Awesome job right now. I'm seeing a lot of people give good room into the corner. Nobody's really bulling their way through. I like seeing that, and I know a lot of the other captains that are watching it or may watch this back. They're gonna like seeing this too. This is a good race so far.
Oh, really good racing here. We only had a couple. Ooh, because I'm on board with 0 right now. We've only had a couple minor incidences. You know, small
Oh,
things
the
that just
22.
typically happen.
The 22 does not want to give that 0 car that position.
He definitely doesn't. It stacks him up, and that shoots the 23 into the outside. The 23 bounced off the wall. He tags into a couple other cars.
That's that accordion effect we're talking about.
Oh, all day. I hate that effect.
And something else I try to tell these guys every week before the race, you cannot win the race from the first lap. You know,
No.
just take it easy, be patient. It'll come to you.
Well, these first couple laps of the last stage have all been like the last lap of every race. These guys are racing hard.
Yeah,
You know these
they're
guys are
racing hard, but they're actually keeping it clean.
Oh yeah, these
You
guys
know,
are doing a great
Ooh,
job.
through the grass.
Looks like the 78's gonna take that position on the 00 of WRX Mike. You know, I wonder how many of these guys are maybe just kind of trying to settle in right now, save their tires a little bit.
Ma, how many laps do we have in this last stage, sweetheart?
52. We are at 52 of 100. So
Alright, so
Like
48
I'm
laps to
seeing-
go.
Look, someone got
Tighten the
loose.
rules. That was Titan's rules, but he seems to gathered it up with not hitting nobody else.
Oh, Leach went out there and he's opened up about a 2-second lead on the rest of the field. These guys been back here battling really hard for that second place.
Rothgar trying to stick it on the outside, see if he'll make it work, but he'll have to get back in line and touch the draft again.
Little Lee is running up here in third place right now as he's got that 78 car, sorry, all over the back of Sanity Outlaw. These guys are trying to track down this leader. 78's looking to the inside. Don't know if he can get the run. Didn't seem like he had the momentum. No, as Sanity's going to dive it down in. 78's going to stay right behind him as they go through 3 and 4, come down the front stretch.
You know, I talked to Sanity and before the race tonight, and he definitely was really confident about his piece. It's not definitely one of his most preferred tracks, but I think he's put a lot of work in, and it's definitely showing on the track here in stage 3, as it looks like he's, for the time being, holding off that 78 car.
Well, I know Sanity has been putting in a lot of time at these tracks. He's been asking me to run, just lobbies with him, just send him off, whatever he can do to get just a little bit faster. He's trying to pick it up and learn. So definitely big shout out to Sanity for the improvements that he's made this season, and I can't wait to see what he does for you guys next season.
Absolutely. Just want to give a huge shout out to my son NRG. Good seeing you out there, buddy.
Oh man, that kid's got so many dads they couldn't figure it out on Jerry Springer.
Looks like the 78 just had a huge lag spike there because he just killed whoever that was right behind him.
I couldn't see who that was. Yeah, I couldn't see who that was. I tried to look, but as we're sitting here watching this battle for second right now, as we're going to jump back to probably this next pack and see what Dark Humor's doing, as he's trying to earn his way back up through these guys.
As they begin the pitting cycle.
Oh, there we go. Green flag pits ups are starting.
Yeah, they're definitely starting.
I don't think these guys are going to be able to make it on one stop. I think they're going to have to take 2.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-stop race, I believe. Some of these guys might be wanting a short pit right now to gain a little bit more track position, and then maybe run the distance out a little bit further on that second stop.
And that's the great thing about differentiating strategies. Like, sometimes short pit can force the leaders to have to come down earlier than what they want to, and that can completely throw off the whole scheme of things.
Yeah, it can definitely force the leader's hand to maybe change up his strategy a little bit more, because the longer you stay out on the track, it can pay dividends when you come off the track because you have the fresher tires, but you give up so much track position that sometimes you're just going to use your stuff up just to make up all that ground back, and then you're on a level playing field again, and you're still haven't gained all the track position back. So
yeah, I definitely think
I've been a victim of that.
I was gonna say I definitely did that to one of your drivers last night. I was pitting at like lap 15 or 16, and I saw UK and them guys dude, they could have made it till 25, but within the first couple laps, there's so much ground ate up.
We definitely put a lot of emphasis on the Atlanta race yesterday. We had them all set up. They were ready to go. They were really prepared. It's an awesome group of guys.
Oh, great group of guys, man.
I can't say anything else but good things about those guys. They're just an awesome group.
You guys did so much, man, and I loved racing with D. Smith and UK yesterday, man. Coming down, dude, that was going to be such a great finish. I didn't mean to get into D. Smith. We were going through the tri-oval. I was just trying to hold it down and keep that door shut. And man, we come back, dude. I'm really glad D. Smith won it. UK, man, running up there hard, dude. It was a fun race. And this track's a lot like Atlanta, and we're seeing that same style of racing here today, where these guys they're still close, and but the field's spreading out. You're starting to see the class of the field right about now.
Yeah, you're starting to see the cream rise to the top.
There's quite a few pitting there now, so.
But like in any race, you have to put a full race together. You got to be smooth on and off pit road. You got to be as fast as you possibly can, getting down through the gears to get into the pits. So it's definitely it's not just speed out on the track. It's definitely making up ground in the pits too.
And that's true, and there's words of wisdom.
Yeah, you can definitely win and lose a race on and off pit road.
Oh yeah, I mean, we've seen Puddin'. How many times he run out of gas and lose a race? But no, for real.
Looks like we got most of the leaders coming down here for their stop. I'm interested to see how many of them, if any of them were speeding, because it looked like they got through there really clean.
It definitely did look really clean, really smooth. That was really impressive, seeing a couple of these newer drivers come flying through and being able to get down to that speed.
And Puddin says, "Damn you, Arch."
Especially Canadian Tire, right?
Oh gosh.
Oh
yeah, Puddin's favorite track.
Oh, I'm gonna have a heart attack over here laughing so hard at this one, man. Love you, Puddin'. I had to bring you into the broadcast, man. You're not up here, so we know the fans miss you, and we miss you, and what other way to miss you than to talk about you? As Mulberry, when here after these pit cycles, can you give us an update on the leader and laps, please, sweetheart?
Certainly.
I'm pretty sure Elite Precision still holds the lead, guys, as he's been out there dominating this race. The only person that's really seemed to have anything for him early on was his brother and Dark Humor, and it seems like them guys seem to fall off a little bit, or else he just became smoother. I'm not sure, but that 08 car is out front at a blistering pace tonight.
Hey, definitely. He's laser focused. He's locked and loaded. He's hitting his marks perfectly, and it just looks like he's just getting on and off pit road really fast, and that's where he's gaining a lot of his ground, is coming out of those pits. Awesome job.
Even watching him go around the track, as he's entering these corners, he's entering so smooth. He's letting the car rotate.
Our lap 64 of 100.
36 to go, you guys.
I think there's like 37 to go.
37 to go. Awesome. 37 laps to go.
The 8's still our leader, right?
Yeah, he's just holding the smooth. He's holding a pretty wheel right now. He's letting the car. He's not chopping the nose off coming off the corner. He's just letting it drift right up to the wall. It's just doing a phenomenal job.
It just looks really smooth on the broadcast. It's really, really smooth. Nice way to run this track.
Definitely. He's entering 3 really high, letting it dive down to the bottom, rolling the center. It's how you want to roll, Charlie. He's executing it perfectly.
Well, the one thing
I'm seeing a lot of that from the other drivers too. It's just they don't have the track position that the 08 has right now.
Well, that's the one thing I noticed about this track. If there's one spot that the drivers mess up the most, it is that center point in the middle of 3 and 4. If you get on it right before your car is already naturally rolling itself through, all you're going to do is shove out to that wall, and it's going to cause either issues with you and the driver outside of you, behind you, something like that. So making sure that you let your car rotate itself through that corner is crucial.
It is very critical, and it's really hard to get position on somebody. If you got a run going down the backstretch and you want to make that move going into turn 3, it is so hard to enter that corner shallow. Not only to be able to carry enough speed to get by the car you want to pass, but to not wash up and get into the guy on your outside. It's very difficult.
Oh man, this track right here, I'm telling you what, it's got so much character to it. Yeah. I don't know. I love this track, man. It always brings good racing. It's always fun to drive. It's a challenge at times.
It's very challenging. It's a demanding track, and in the Cup races, I mean, we've done 100% races here, and that is quite the distance. It's almost a 4-hour race.
Ooh, into the wall.
Who was?
It was Copenhagen into the wall.
Looks like the 08 is just navigating a little bit of lap traffic right now. Nothing too major. Everybody's really fanned out nicely. They've kind of settled in here, getting ready for their next round of pit stops, strategizing. I wonder if how many of these guys are going to try to maybe stretch it a little further to try to gain that advantage on tires like we talked about earlier. Maybe short pit might not be the best thing to do. Maybe you want to give up a little ground by going a little bit further and gaining back that ground because you have the freshest tires in the field.
I'm sitting here trying to flip through the field, and I think right now I'm on board with a good 3-car battles. We've got Sanity, Little E, and Dark Humor right behind him. I believe these 3 are battling for second.
I believe you're right. That would be second, third, and fourth right now, as they run.
And they're coming up on this lap battle right here. The two cars.
Little E is another driver that he's kind of come out of nowhere. He's really come into his own here in the developmental series.
Sanity just tried to split that gap. It did not work out. The car yesterday got a little bit. Woo.
Yeah, that's that patience that we talk about. You just got to have a little bit more patience there with the lap cars navigating through, and you just want to hope that the guy behind you is going to check up, you know, as you're trying to navigate through the traffic. That way they don't just plow through you and cause a big incident.
Well, that's definitely a case in point of the leaders are pulling away and cars behind you are catching you, and you can't afford to lose no ground when you don't have any cautions or anything like that here, and you're running straight stages. So I understand the need to get to point A to point B right there for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe would have waited a little bit longer. Maybe see if those two could sort it out, and then go ahead and make your move. But that was definitely a brave move to make, going through the tri-oval, especially in the middle of 3 wide.
Oh yeah, that was took some cojones.
So I presume that would put Little E in second.
That's what I'm guessing. Is we got Lil E and Dark Humor's coming up on his back door pretty sharply, and Sanity Outlaw didn't lose too much time as he is right there in the draft of Humor.
Yeah, all three of these guys, they've definitely caught each other's draft. They've been running really well together. I'm curious if they can get lined up here and maybe gain some ground on that 08.
But that 08, every time I see Precision in a race, that guy is so steady with that. He just runs and seems to be the perfect line.
He's lights out for sure. Serenity in the chat says Elite drives like this track like Cyogenic. You are not lying. That is facts.
Oh. I was on board with Sanity as the 7 got outside the wall. Sanity tried
It's more that lap traffic.
Oh yeah, these guys are just trying to go, and lap traffic wasn't trying to get in the way. I actually tried to stay high and just caught that wall right in the middle of the trial. Which we know that part of the track is slippery enough as is. 23's coming down pit now. We've had a couple guys already dip off on the pit lane for this last round of pit stops.
This is going to be
a lap update.
This is going to be a crucial set of pit stops right here.
25 laps to go.
25 to go, y'all. This is it.
You know, you got to make sure you put yourself in position. You got great track position. You don't want to ruin it with a penalty at this point.
And it looks like Dark Humor just went around Little E.
Dark Humor is going to take that second spot away.
Well, he's pitting.
So Elite's going to stay out. He stayed out. So these guys definitely have pitted 1 lap earlier, maybe to try to gain a little track position, but that can be short-lived because the guy with the freshest tires is going to be the guy that's going to be on the move.
So it looks like it is Precision, Little E, and Sanity Outlaw.
As they run right now, here's how it looks. It looks like Roddy Burns is right there in 4th, sneaking up on these guys. And that 2 car, is that a little bit off? Yeah, he seems like he's sneaking there too. I think that's the next couple position drivers right there.
I think that's the back half of the top 5. I think you're right.
Dark Humor just said the 91 is the race leader.
91 is the race leader.
I'm showing the 08, so I don't know.
Okay.
Lead Precision to the pits.
Oh, Mini Truck
somebody
Jim
just
going
hit the
down
wall.
to get the pits, and just this is where we talk about how hard it is to get on this pit lane. It is so slippery, that transition.
You want to make up as much ground as you can, but it's that fine line that you flirt with.
I don't like flirting with lines.
No, I like straight lines, but sometimes they don't like me.
Well, sometimes, as a race car driver, we're taught to turn, so we can't go on straight lines no more.
And here comes Little E into the pits, bringing three of them behind him right with him.
So it looks like the 08 did get did get on pit road cleanly. Let's see if he can get off cleanly here. It looks like there's no traffic coming behind him, so he's going to have a nice exit. '78's on pit road. It's been an awesome job tonight by all these guys. Really good racing for the most part. We've had a couple incidents, you know, but that's to be expected with this big of a field.
Oh yeah, especially, you know, I mean, like we said, this is our developmental series, and look at the great racing that they're putting on today. I mean, anybody would be happy to be watching this race or on the track right now.
It's been an awesome show.
As these guys are getting ready to come down, there's a couple more guys still peeping off their last round of pit stops.
Sanity's completing his service. Looks like Mike's already pitted.
Yeah, Mike looks like he's out there flying as fast as can be. Oh, it's 98. Drove it in really hard back there and just smacked into the wall. Kind of got in the car in front of him. Or maybe not the 98. It looks like Mannix is sitting at the end of the pit road. You guys see that?
I believe so. Yeah, I do see that. Not sure if there might be engine problems there or what that car's experiencing.
That
right
might be
now,
one of
but
them
he
things
is
like where
stopped.
Taddy had to get a pizza because the car's not left the race, so he might have just pulled down there and backed her up in there for a second so he could go pay the pizza guy.
Yeah, that could be that situation as well. We have seen that before.
Oh, it's been a good time and everything like that. As we're enjoying this broadcast, I want to thank you guys for coming out here and helping out and putting on a great broadcast for these drivers. Have been putting on a great show for us. And
Teddy says Mannix is muted, so that could be a very good possibility there. Good call. Good call, buddy. Appreciate that. Pizza for champs, absolutely. Oh, you said pizza for chumps? Okay.
Hey, man, Chump Boy Racing?
Right, yeah. Chumpies. What's the lap count right now, Mom?
We are at 82 of 100.
Oh, nice. So this
All
race
right.
is in the last
Coming
20 laps,
down.
guys. Coming down. See what's going to happen here. Let's see if Elite is going to have any more issues with lap traffic. Anything can still happen at this point. You guys have all been in situations where you think you got it and then you don't.
Elite is saving gas, y'all. I've been watching him over the course of the last lap or two, and you can really tell that he is trying to save fuel. I don't know, we'll try and get us a little bit of a better check it out on board, see if we can get a better sound of his engine, stuff like that for you guys. But right now, it appears to me as from the naked eye, he's saving fuel.
Yeah, it sounds flat. The engine does sound flat right now, so he's probably definitely in fuel saving mode. So that would tell me that these guys still need to make one more stop.
I wonder how big of a lead he has to be able to do that and feel that comfortable.
So the way it worked, basically, when we pitted, it gives you 18 laps of fuel, and so people that pitted earlier are going to have to pit again. They're not going to have enough fuel.
There you guys go.
You had to calculate the amount of laps left and divide it in half, and the early pitters, yeah, they're going to run out of fuel.
You guys hear from our interest reporter there, Malbear, giving you guys great insight as to what is going to have to happen here by the end of this race. So that's a big mix-up for these guys and gals.
A lot of the fuel saving you can start doing that early in stage 3. You just back your corners up a little bit more, let it roll through the center of the corner, and then get on the gas a little bit later. And you'd be surprised how much fuel you can save. Even at big tracks, you can save a ton of fuel doing that.
That's kind of the strategy that I was taking tonight, but I'm 4 laps down now, if not 5. So I don't know how good that actually worked. I mean, it might work. I might get a lap back.
And it is
just
confirmed.
putting it out there.
It is confirmed by K Taddy. Puddin is all gums, no teeth, and that is facts.
Real news,
So that's
not
why
fake
he's done
news.
biting no more.
Oh, hey, there's Robbie Bobby, the silent guy over there.
Oh, I've been watching Elite Precision navigate this lap traffic, and he's definitely been taking it easy, and some great racing here tonight, as Nuko was saying. It's definitely speaks to the volume of the league when you get developmental group that races and puts on a show like they have here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. You know, and the developmental is not only, it's not just set up to, you know, bring in new drivers, you know, into the league as far as the teams go, but it's also a good series for you to test your skills against other drivers.
Oh yeah, because don't think because this is developmental, there are any slouches. Some of these guys out here are really fast, really great drivers that just haven't made it far in Giggity yet, or they're just experiencing Giggity for the first time. So don't think because it says developmental, these guys are lacking in talent at all.
No.
Well, you can tell that just by Elite and Mike and Sanity.
Yeah, we have a lot of good drivers in development. I'm real excited to see what happens in the next season 4.5.
Marlboro out there name dropping the season. 4.5.
4.5. Yeah, that's going to be coming up. We're going to take a week off, and then we're going to start our 8-week mini season. That's going to be interesting. We're really using the 8 weeks to see exactly where all the drivers need to be, if any changes need to be made, per captain's discretion. You know, if some guys, you know, need to be moved up, or maybe some guys need to be moved back. It's just for us to make sure we have the best product out on the track when it comes time for Heat 5 and Season 5.
What do you think is going to be your favorite series to watch this year? That's adding the custom truck series and all the changes and stuff.
I'm definitely looking forward to custom trucks. We haven't ran custom trucks yet. I think that's going to be a series to watch.
Oh yeah.
I'm really excited to see custom trucks. Trucks are really fun. Got to be less than 10 to go.
10 to go.
10 to go. Right on the nose. There we go. But custom trucks, I think, is going to be really fun to watch, because the trucks in Heat 4, hopefully they refine it a little bit more for Heat 5. But the trucks are really fun to drive at a lot of these big tracks. They're a little slower, a little less power, so you can drive the trucks a lot looser, and they're more forgiving. So it's going to be really fun to watch those guys set those trucks up and get out there on the track, flying around these tracks. And huge pack racing. The trucks are known to really be draft heavy.
I don't know if Eldora. I don't think Eldora is on there, but I was hoping it would be. That's just a really fun track.
Oh, got some guys mixing it up here.
Watching that, man, the whole time.
I don't know what's going on with that. 78 and 1. They looks like tempers are flaring out on the track right now.
I think Little E tried to come to the pits, wasn't cleared, got together, ran the one down, then they kind of beebled and bobbled.
I think people might be getting frustrated, realizing that they're short on fuel. I can see tempers flaring for that, because that would piss me off. I'd be, how did I not think of this? Or
no,
I don't know.
Man, I don't know how that looks. Does it look like you tried to get back down to the pits again, or?
I just think it's hard racing right now. I think it's just two drivers racing for the same real estate, and you guys know that sometimes we don't see eye to eye on things.
Really into the wall.
Yes, I can see that happening.
I just think it's eye to eye. I just think it's hard racing right now. These guys coming down to the wire, less than 10 to go, trying to get as many positions as you can while you can get them.
Definitely ours. I'm gonna try and circle. Ooh,
Dark Humor trying to get around the 08, and he spins. I believe it was the 8 that got into Dark Humor and spun him. I believe.
So the 08 is spun?
Dark Humor had spun out.
The 54. And Dark Humor had already made his pit stop, so I'm not sure.
Okay, so we got confirmation
to stretch it.
We got confirmation, so Fast Scott felt like he was just blocking him, so it's just hard racing.
We've got 5 laps to go.
5 to go. Tonight's telecast is brought to you by Back Alley Bakeries for all your pastry needs.
The Puddin' Pop Donut Shop, man. These guys over here have been doing some good work.
Oh, wow. Dark Humor just pulled in front of me.
Elite Precision is out of gas.
He's out of fuel.
He's out of fuel.
I seen him slowing right down on the front stretch.
Yeah.
I believe the race over. Oh yes, we're on the white flag.
So
I apologize.
The race is over.
It's because of my
laps down.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's our winner.
I was looking at the top right. I thought it would give me the correct lap time. We'll know for next time.
Oh no, you're fine. Definitely fine. I just, as he was coming across the line, it just died.
Yeah, I thought he was out of fuel too.
Yeah, you got Elite Precision a little bit off, and Rowdy Burns in third.
That's your top three, ladies and gentlemen.
Rowdy Burns. Who finished fourth, fifth? What was the rest of the
We got Little E in fourth, Sanity Outlaw in fifth, WRX Mike in sixth. We got Ghost Rider in seventh, Fast Scott in eighth, and I apologize, I missed the 9th and 10th.
That's okay. I got Dark Humor in 9th. Looks like Steelers 41 finished 10th. Flicktardo 11th. Titans Rule 12th. Grim Reaper 13th.
Yeah.
Is that Copenhagen?
Yes.
Copenhagen Lip 14th. Audi 15th. Cody 16th. The Dirty Dog 17th. Jason Robinson 18th. Austin Meyer 19th. And then Mini Truck Jim finished 20th there. Was it 20 drivers tonight?
27, but as you can see, I think some of them either had engine troubles and had to be parked.
Oh, there we go. So Ma Bear, he finished 21st. Den Kate finished 22nd. 23rd is Roughneck Outlaw. 24th Renegade. I think these are the rest of the guys that had engine troubles or some kind of malfunction happened with the car. Mannix finished 25th with that pizza run. 26th was ESV, and 27th was Covey.
I really want to say, oh my God, I'm like so proud of the group tonight. They did an awesome job. So everybody that raced, I really think that you performed well. I mean, 100 laps at Charlotte. Everybody, we've had people join in this race tonight that we haven't seen in a while, but I mean, they are on development. So it's not like you have to race every single one, but with the different driving styles and all that, I think you guys did an incredible job.
Great race, guys. Definitely. Let's go ahead and get our top three in the booth, Arch.
Yeah, I'm bringing them up here.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Paul.
Appreciate it, Paul.
I'm going to sit here. I'm going to try and get us over to the leaderboard real quick and give you guys a rundown of some of the faster laps that have been ran.
Congratulations to the winners, and I'm out of here.
All right, Marlboro. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, we're looking at this rundown. You can see definitely most of the top 10 daily times are all drivers that were just in this race. Except for Noko, who's sitting up there in P3 right now for the daily. Sneaking in here, beating on these Xfinity cars.
Yeah, I ran that earlier in practice with those guys. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. The guys got there and just tear it up, man. Just putting on good times, having fun. As we know how much fun practices should be. I believe we got our winner up in here, didn't we? Got Elite Precision up in here in the booth tonight.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, Elite, how you doing, buddy? Dr. Robbie Bobby, let's go ahead and let you take your first race winner.
How's it going, Elite? Congrats on the win, man, and take us through those laps as you were pulling away from the group there and dominated the race. Take us what you were thinking.
Yeah, it got a little nerve-wracking there at the end when it came down to having to save some fuel right there. I saved just enough on that last run because I was sputtering going to 3, and I got on the apron just like go around me. I felt like I felt like Tony Stood when he won that Kansas race in 06, coasting across the line.
Yeah,
Just coasting.
we saw you saving fuel there midway through the run, so we knew. We heard the engine was real flat going in the corner, and Arch called it. He said you were definitely saving some fuel on that final run. So good job, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had to save. I think I was like a lap and a half short or something like that. So that's why I was really trying to push it as far as I can when we made green flag stops.
Well, you
But
definitely
yeah,
did a
though,
great job.
lap traffic made it challenging as well. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh no, keep going. You're the winner.
it, it was like all lap cars on they were respectful and everything. It felt it was pretty good. They made it even more interesting, just trying to weave through them and stuff.
Well, you definitely did a great job battling through that lap traffic, and then it seems like you used the lap traffic a little bit to your advantage as you were drafting off a couple of them cars as you let them go by as you were trying to save fuel. I did catch you on that one. Great driving there, and as it's been the last couple weeks, man, you've been putting in killer performances, Elite, man, and you've really made a name for yourself. So, yet again, we have you up here. Another congratulations, dude, on another great performance, and thank you as a fan and a driver for coming out here and just putting on a show, man. You've done it week in and week out, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate y'all for putting this together.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Definitely, as we have a little bit of. How you doing, sir? I saw you battle your way through the pack there, and you got a top 3 finish. How are you feeling?
I feel like I just won pretty much. I just tried to keep my nose clean and just let the laps run off. There for the last run, I noticed that my fuel was ticking down a lap in the middle of the backstretch, so I knew even when it said 1 to go, when it clicked down to 0, I could still make it around to the pits without sputtering. So I was able to actually stretch it about a lap more than those guys at the end. And for that last run, I actually was a lap to the good.
So
That's
did
awesome.
you think you were going to have anything for Elite at all?
Honestly, I don't think I had anything for him. I was hoping he'd run out of fuel because I knew he pitted 2 laps or so before me.
Okay.
So I was just running my race, hoping.
And a good race you ran.
Oh, I tried it. There was 1 or 2 moves I knew were iffy, but that last run, lap car kind of stacked up 2nd and 3rd, and I had such a run, I had to go.
Well, at the end of the day, everything seemed to pay off for you. Here you're sitting in 2nd spot.
Yep, it's a good run. I got to thank the guys that were in the chat. Helped each other out a lot, especially with the fuel mileage. So.
Absolutely, and last but not least, we have Rowdy Burns. Good run there tonight, sir, and we saw you run up, get put back a little bit, but you mustered a run there at the end and came out in the top 3. That will walk us through what you're thinking there and your strategy throughout this race.
Yeah, it was a little interesting, that's for sure. I thought maybe at one point we got away from some of those guys, but just kept falling back into the clutches of the pack there. You know, Elite got away from us a few times. I felt like I had a pretty fast car. I could have kept up with him, but it just kept getting side-by-side battles, and slowing us down, but a lot of fun at the same time, too.
Well, definitely had some good battles out there, and that was a decent-sized pack that you guys kept racing, at least 5-6 cars deep most of the race. Never seemed like you guys could really get too far from each other. Even after pit stops, you guys seemed to just group back up, and you guys looked like
it seems
had a
like
blast.
we couldn't get away from each other.
No.
For sure. Me and the 2-car, a little bit off. Yeah, we were around each other the whole time, but yeah, I think it was that last stage there when I got around Mike. My car got a lot better in that last stage, so I was able to long run, it seemed like it really came on and it stuck there. And then I got that lap car. I think it was the 5 car. Kind of halted me up there. We did the old one-tooth dance there, and I don't think he knew which way to go. So he ended up running in the back of him, and that kind of kept me from having to fend off from second to trying to get back to second, in those last few laps. But it was a good day. I'll take it.
He has done a heck of a job out there. Real good race.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm anxious to get this new season started.
Oh, definitely. I think we all are, and you're definitely one of the guys that we'll be keeping an eye on as a new up-and-comer. And like I said, man, we appreciate every great performance you guys put on here. And
yeah, it's been fun, that's for sure.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, good racing.
Yeah, really good job tonight, guys. Saw a lot of patience out there. It was a big field, 27 cars. You guys managed it well.
Man, I seen that field when we came to the green, and I was like, oh man, wow.
Yeah, it was a gaggle. It was a gaggle of cars.
Yeah.
I was like, this looks like I'm doing a career race.
Yeah.
I looked behind me. I was like, oh, man, that looked scary.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Good way to end it out.
All right, guys. Well, as you know, we always have a lot of things going on here. I've actually got to slip off to another race. We just wanted to stop by, let you guys know how much we appreciate the great driving. Always love having you guys up here for the post-race interviews. And we just want to thank you guys and thank all our fans that stopped into the viewers box, the comments, and everything like that. Keep supporting us. Keep smashing likes and subscribes. And we will catch you guys tomorrow night back here with the Preset Xfinity, who will be wrapping up their championship. From everybody here at Giggity Racing League, we appreciate you guys. Have a great night.
Bye. Bye. Ka-chow.